Hello everyone, Jackie Treadwell here. Welcome to Walk with God. And today's video might be a little bit longer than normal because I'm going to talk about a pretty important subject of surrender. And what does it mean to truly surrender when you're walking with God? And today's video is a great time to bring this up because I literally am surrendering a lot at this time in my life. So this is just a perfect time to share with you and encourage all of you that are out there feeling like you're sacrificing and surrendering anything that's going on in your life. But I rededicated my life to the Lord back in 2018. And it was a dramatic shift in my life and how I lived my life after that. The Lord never forsaked me and left me, but I walked away from him for 26 years. And so I am back walking with him. I am back walking for him. And anyone out there who is a Christian and has a relationship with Jesus or God, you know that this life is not easy. In fact, it's much harder in most ways than someone who doesn't have a relationship with God. Before we moved down south from Pennsylvania, in order to do that, my sacrifice, my surrendering, was I had animals. I had dogs, cats, horses. And even before, about a year before I moved, I had goats and sheep. I had a wonderful life. I loved being with my animals. I loved being outside. Like anything else, it came with its challenges. It came with its ups and downs, but it was a really good life. And in order to follow God, because moving down south was a God calling, and in order to do that, it came quite apparent to me the last 30 days before moving out of Pennsylvania that I had to give up every single animal. I was in shock at that time that I had to do that. And so praying on the fact that the right people would come into my life at the right time to take these animals. And I have to report that the cats and dogs, they're fine. My horses, 4 out of my 5 horses have not stayed with the owners that took them. And they're out there now, and they're either up for sale or up for adoption. And I can't do anything about it. I can't rescue them. I can't bring them back. And forgive me if I get a little emotional. This is close to my heart. It really is. I am a huge animal lover. I know what it took to rescue some of these animals. I know the relationship I had with them. One of them was born on my farm. And I raised her for 6 years. And God is clearly showing me that that time of my life, that season is over. He blessed me with this trip for 2 months back during my father's sickness and his death. He blessed me with being around them, being able to visit some of them. And I know that for a fact, that was, what do you want to say, my last hurrah? I'm currently looking for work down south here, and it's not easy. It's not easy. For one, it looks like I will have to travel further than maybe I would like to for decent work. And when I say decent work, I mean just availability, rate of pay, something I'm interested in. I went this morning for an interview for a horseback riding guide. because I love people and I love horses and I have such knowledge in all of that, and I'm good at what I do with that. And it was a definite, in my opinion, it's going to be a definite no-go. And if you hear some screeching in the background, we've got the puppies across the street that are just darling, and we've got the dog barking next door. So sorry about that. I'm outside here on the porch before all the big storms come through today and tonight. We've got some bad weather coming in. But getting back to my interview today, as much as I love doing that kind of work, I can't take this position. And I know they're going to call me and want me. I can't take it for many reasons. And clearly it is God shutting the door, telling me, that's not where I want you. It's a surrender for me. You know, it's probably in my soul, I'm trying to negotiate with God. Well, God, if you just give me this job, because I know I'll be happy doing it, and then, you know, when I'm ready, I'll move into what you want me to move into. You know, the games we play with God, the things we say, and the negotiations. No, there's no negotiations with God. We either are going to follow him and listen and take his lead on what he wants for us, no matter how uncomfortable, or we don't. Period. We have free will. We can choose. Part of me is frustrated because I obviously know God doesn't want me in the horse industry anymore. Okay, I have to get over that. It's a tough pill to swallow. I guess my human piece of me is not ready to let that go, but I have to. I have to. It's so clear. He's making it so clear to me that that's not where I want you anymore. Okay, I can deal with that. But not really knowing, you know, this kind of segues back into the 2 videos ago I did when I titled it, What Do We Do When We're Waiting on God? I'm still waiting on God. And I might be waiting for a while. That has to be okay. I need to have a sense of purpose in this world. I need to be a part of this world where I'm making a change, where I'm making a difference. And I'm sure God knows exactly the plans for that. The timing of it, however, is a whole different animal. And I'm waiting on that. And probably the more uncomfortable I'm going to feel with something is probably the exact place God wants me to be. It's always the way. I'm keeping my heart open. I'm keeping my spirit open. But I wanted to get on here and tell you a little bit about my journey and the true surrendering that I've been through in this past year that I had to do to follow God. It was one of the hardest journeys of my life. I have others, but it was one of the hardest. And it's always hard for me to sit back and wait and be patient and to see where I belong. I actually told my husband today, I feel so lost. I haven't felt this lost since I was 22. And I'm like double that age now. Where do I belong? What am I meant for? Where do I belong? Who will I be with? Who will I work for? Who will I work with? I've been an entrepreneur most of my adult life. I don't need to be. I'm good at it, but I don't need to be. I love to be around people. I love and can be a great team player or team leader. So for anybody out there right now that feels that they're sacrificing or surrendering, you're not alone. And especially if you're doing it for God, hang on. Because he is placing us where he wants us. We have to be willing to be courageous and strong and follow him and to go where he's putting the lamp to our feet and the path he wants us to walk. I'm encouraging everybody. Hang on. He will show us. He will not forsake us. He understands our pain. He understands every tear we shed and why. He understands our frustrations. And it's difficult because the pain with some of my horses that I loved dearly, who were very valuable to me. And I don't mean that in a monetary sense. I mean that in a heart sense, in a love sense. I mean, they're okay. They're not being abused. They're not being starved. They're okay, but they're not with me. They're not in situations that I want them to be in. They're probably not getting taken care of the way I would, but, they are being taken care of. I have to surrender all of it. I have to give them to God and say, you handle this, because I can't. Clearly I can't. I'm not being made to. I have to give this frustration of what I've been doing the past 15 years of my life with people, children, and horses. I have to give that up to God and say, here, you take this. And show me the area that you want me in. Show me the job you want me to have. Show me where you want me to lead people. And I'll do it. And I will stay faithful because I know God's blessings. I just witnessed miracles happening for me and my husband when we went back to Pennsylvania. Not having the resources, the funds, the money, the places to go and stay. God opened up not every door. He opened up every door and rolled out every red carpet. It was beautiful. And it was so God. There was no denying it. So I know when God moves. I'm familiar with the blessings and how great they are. I was overwhelmed with my gratitude for what he was doing for us. I recognized it right off the bat. I also recognized the gratitude in where I'm at right now, waiting on him, dealing with my own personal frustrations, my own sadness, my own surrendering, my own sacrifices. He's preparing me for what's coming. And I have to stay trusting in him, and I will. Even though this is so difficult on so many levels for me. And I needed to come on today. It's a Tuesday. I usually don't make a video on a Tuesday, but I feel so strongly about this because I know there's many of you out there feeling the exact same way. And I'm here to speak up for you. And I'm here to speak for all of us to say, you're not alone. If I can do it, you can do it. We can encourage each other, unify together, and we can do this. Because what's coming is going to blow our minds. We're not even going to be able to comprehend the work and the blessings that are coming for us. It will be huge. This time that I'm in right now, I will look back and not remember the intensity. I will not remember the length of time. I'll remember, but I won't remember. It's like labor pains, when you moms out there, like me, worst pain of our lives, worst pain I've ever experienced, but I don't remember it. But I can tell you it was the worst pain. It's worth it. It's worth it. So thank you for hanging with me. This is a little bit longer of a video than my normal, but I had a lot to say. I had a lot to share. I care for you out there. I understand. I hope this is encouraging to anybody who's listening. And I just want to thank everybody. All right, be safe out there. Have a great day. God bless you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.